Turning back to the State of the Union now, our top story tonight.
Our partners at PolitiFact are walking us through some of the claims we heard from the president tonight.
So let's bring in Lou Jacobson from PolitiFact. And Lou, let's start with the claim, a lot of the speech was about the economy, saying, quote, "My administration has driven core inflation down to the lowest level in more than 5 years." What'd you find out about that claim?
Yeah, so frequently State of the Union addresses are a bit more accurate than typical speeches because they're pretty heavily vetted beforehand. And in this case, President Trump is close. Core inflation is basically the overall inflation rate minus the cost of food and energy. In January, prices were 2.5% higher than they were 1 year before. That's the smallest rate of increase since March 2021, which is just shy of 5 years ago. And that's pretty much what he said.
Okay, Lou, so what about this next claim? That claim being the government is going to give newborns from Trump's second term the right to open a Trump account starting with $1,000 in seed money from the government. What can you tell us there?
Yeah, so what he said was that they could see that investment grow to over $100,000 or more by the time they turn 18. That is doubtful. The government is going to give $1,000, and that money should get bigger in 18 years, but it shouldn't come close to six figures. If the stock market grows at its historical rate of 10%, it could grow to about $6,000 after 18 years. And even if you add in your own personal money of $9,000, which a lot of Americans wouldn't be able to do, it would reach $60,000 by the end of the 18 years. And that's also short of what the president said.
And Lou, briefly about gas prices, the claim the president made there saying it's now below $2.30 a gallon in most states and even $1.99 a gallon in some places. Is that true?
So that is exaggerated. No state has an average below $2.30 a gallon. The state with the lowest is Oklahoma at $2.37. Those are statewide averages, so some individual stations will be lower, but there's only just a handful, 5 or 6 stations in a couple of states that have it at $1.99 a gallon. Now, he does have a positive story to tell. Gasoline prices have fallen during his second term from $3.11 a gallon when he was sworn in to $2.92 the week of February 16th. So they are lower. Prices have gone up for the past 5 weeks, but they're still lower than what they were when he was sworn in for a second term.
All right, Lou Jacobson with PolitiFact. Thanks for being here with us tonight.
And thanks, Lou. We have more from the State of the Union right now on the WMUR app and our website. You can hear directly from the president and the Democratic response, all right now on WMUR.com.